Morning, folks. This particular set was sent to me by way of a subscriber. I really do appreciate these things that are sent to me. This one here is Wet to Face Sakura. It's, as you can tell, cherry blossom. And it says right up here at the top, it says cherry blossom, then it's got red apple, Georgia peach, and blonde wood. But anyhow, just to name some of the scents that are in here, it is, as you can imagine, a very nice scent. That's what it looks like there on the inside. It's that soap is it's well, maybe closer to a crope. It's very soft, very easy to scoop out and put out into a bowl and lather up. Here's the matching aftershave here, and got it whipped up here. This particular brush is a get some of the soap off of it. This is, I guess you might say, a homage to Klenzo by Heritage Collection. I'll have a link down below if you want to check out a lot of these sort of brushes. But this one here has a black synthetic knot in there. It whipped up really nice. That's what it looks like there in the bowl. It's not exactly drippy, but it's fairly wet. It's looking pretty good. Smells wonderful. Um, Trying not to laugh too terribly much because with all the weather we've had here in Oklahoma, anything in the way of blooms on any flowers probably don't exist anymore with the weather we've had. They're all over the ground out there probably. But anyway, I thought this was a pretty good, setup for this time of the year. Everything should be in full bloom by this time of the year, being in May, and a lot of pollen is floating through the air. Of course, now a lot of it's been washed out. Go ahead and show you this particular. Let's do it this way. Yes. This is a Edwin Jagger Diffusion Series 36. Yeah, I try to remember all that. There's also a Diffusion Series 72. And it's very similar to this, except for the handle shaped differently, and the bottom is made, I guess you might say, where the razor will stand up on its end, and as well as that this part is all, I guess you might say, resin or plastic. Where this is resin, then you got some metal still involved in it. But this is what it looks like. The Fusion 72 series, at least from what I've been able to find, will be a little bit cheaper than this one here. Prices have definitely changed since I got this one here. When I got this one here, I guess it's probably what, a good $14 or more cheaper than what it's selling for nowadays. This handle is a little bit different than what you might see typical with a Edwin Jagger handle, and I got that razor saver there, and I got a feather blade in there. And the feather blade, this will be the second use, I think, on this particular blade. But now that I dropped that razor saver washer in the sink, it's a good thing there's a plug in there, huh? At any rate, this particular shaver, the head is the same on all of the Edwin Jagger razors, as far as I can tell, and the handle is going to be the big difference, also in the price too. I already put a hot towel to the face this morning. We'll go ahead and get started with the pre-shave soap. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Ice Cube. I'm looking over there because that's where it's sitting. Got it setting up over here. But this particular razor I've had for a while, so like I say, prices have changed over time, as well as prices change on darn near everything that's out there nowadays. So once again, as goes for bargain hunting, I have not seen it, at least not that I have seen here recently, on sale cheaper than, I think the going price nowadays is either $55, $58, something like that. Not exactly inexpensive. You're paying more for the handle, of course, than the head. And I had, like Mula, the R41 heads you can find from time to time on various websites, just the head. I have not noticed, I guess you might say maybe it's available, it's just I haven't stumbled across it where it's really easy to find just the head for an Edwin Jagger razor. In other words, if you already got a handle that you like and you want to use just the head, I have not seen just the head for sale. But maybe one day they'll do it, maybe they won't. All right. Go ahead and get started with this. Like I say, this is fairly well hydrated. Really nice scent. It it's not necessary. It does remind me, or in case you might say, I don't really find this scent exactly a floral scent, even though it is a cherry blossom. It to me, I kind of have a tendency to lump it in with a citrus type scent. Smells really nice. I do like the scent. Definitely great for this time of year. At once upon a time, if you're fairly new to this way of shaving, Edwin Jagger used to send, well, when you used to buy a razor from the blades that were shipped with it were derby blades. And then they changed from a derby blade to a feather blade. Which to me makes a little bit more sense, at least of my line of thinking, in that you have a razor that is considered a mild razor. You put a sharp blade with a mild razor and you get what some would consider a better shave than if you put a mild blade in with a mild shaver. And my experience has been is that with a mild shaver, if you're using a feather blade or even a Kai blade, that you might get more mileage out of that blade than if you put an aggressive blade in an aggressive shaver. It seems to last longer to me. Get more comfortable shaves, I should say. Last longer. More uses out of it. At least for me, that's what has been my experience with using these sort of blades like this. This scent is scent strength. Oh, maybe it might be considered light, which is, I guess you might say, what a person should expect. Cherry blossom I don't think has ever been considered a strong scent. I don't know. Some people might consider it a medium strength, but for me it's a little light. But this is my nose, and my nose is definitely not the best in the world. I know soap scents. I can smell them one time, and they'll smell one way to me. Then I'll wait a while and smell it again, and then yeah, just a different experience altogether. So you can kind of see it's your mileage may vary type thing. Definitely an easy going shave this morning, even with the feather blade. Which for some folks that might, how can you say, increase the efficiency of the shave using a feather blade. Because if you've had some feather blades and you're not too terribly happy with them in one razor, try a razor like an Edwin Jagger, a Gillette Tech or something like that. You might be happier with the shave that you get with that blade and or the razor. It's really easy to use this razor. It is commonly referred to as a razor to start with, and a lot of people not only consider it a good one to start with, an easy one to start with, but also to continue on your journey, if you will. That is their daily driver. As it goes for prices, like I say, a lot of it depends on the handle, as well as I think the 316 is like 120 some odd dollars. Not exactly budget friendly, but you can from time to time you can find Edwin Jagger DE89 with a shorter handle for sale right around the $25 mark. In other words, it's not uncommon to be able to find that razor at that price on Amazon. I mention Amazon because typically that's the easiest place to do a lot of research. on prices and whatnot. As well as number of folks do a lot of their shopping on Amazon. Speaking of that sort of thing, my wife has finally, I know it's been several videos ago, but I did a video with Quinn's Witch Hazel, and it was rose scented. And at the time, we had found it at, I think it was Marshall's. It might have been TJ Maxx, one of the two. And we picked it up, I think $6, $7, something like that. It wasn't too terribly expensive. And at the time, I had no idea that one of the Kardashians, guess, did a video with it or something of the sort. Anyway, I had no idea. I was just, it was a witch hazel, the name brand I didn't recognize. I'll give it a try. And, you know, it's nice witch hazel. Nothing, couldn't find anything wrong with it. And my wife liked the scent, so it ended up being her witch hazel. Well, after she's tried a few, Thayer's rose, Thayer's lavender, assorted Humphreys, she really liked the Quinn's. And so on Amazon, we ordered one of the lavender and rose scented witch hazel on Amazon. And of course, we've been to Marshall's and TJ Maxx a few times since that had been purchased and been used up. Never really saw it again after that. So she was, you know, really wanting some, so I ordered some for her. And but anyway, she's quite happy now that she's got the Quinn's Witch Hazel that is rose scented. And of course, lavender. She likes the scent of those. That seems to suit her nose better. For me, I can't tell the difference in between Humphreys rose and Thayer's rose. They both smell kind of sort of the same to me, but difference in noses, right? Because my nose sometimes you really can't pick up a whole lot. My wife's nose is a lot better than mine. Humphreys Witch Hazel, the huge container here, 16 ounces. At least that's what it started out being. It will take a good long moment to make this bottle go away. So I guess you might say I also inherited Thayer's lavender from the wife. I got some Thayer's Witch Hazel available to me now that I can use off and on through my shaves. Stinging, not a whole lot. I got a little bit right down here. Same thing on the other side. More on this side. I think I got the pressure and the angle off just a little bit, going that direction with it. All right, here's the aftershave. Show you what the restrictor looks like. There's what the restrictor like. It's pretty standard, I guess you might say, in this day and time. I have a link down below if you want to check this out. I will have a video coming up sometime next week. I picked up a brush handle Heritage Collection, but I got it through by the way of North Shore. And it is an awfully nice looking brush handle. I prefer most of the time, not always, to get a brush handle. I put my own knot in it, and was able to find this brush handle on North Shore, the one I've been looking for, just to handle. So I got my cashmere knot put in there, 26 millimeter, and it's a great looking brush. It's sitting over there in the cabinet, I guess you might say, waiting for it to set up nice and good before I start to use it. But I plan on using it sometime this coming week, but you'll get to take a look at it. It is a really nice looking handle. Smells wonderful this morning. Great shave for a Friday morning. Getting ready for the weekend. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.